to have that much in your bank. You need to drive this. You need to have a house. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a lot, man. Those lists are heavy. But you'll be surprised. Most of the lists in maybe in Tamil company come from their parents, bro. Like
Bro,
the parents.
and guess what? And she coming on, she getting off the plane. She looking like, Patrick or something.
Patrick.
You know what I mean? Stop, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
I like, like these these old black and white movies. Somehow they're turning them into color, and these old movies they turn them into HD. Like it's like. So you wearing cologne, you never know, man. So in 20 years, there might be some fragrance infusion going on. And
Bro.
Hey, man, it's all it's going, man. We're recording, man. We live.
Hey, are we live in the #1 cultural podcast in this world? Is that what he's saying?
We're the #1 Tamil entertainment podcast, man.
God,
you know what? I was thinking of another name. Tamil Perspective Talk. You know what I mean? Tamil Perspective. Because what we're doing is Tamil Perspective, right?
Fuck all that. I'm talking Tamil goofy motherfuckers.
What? Tamil what?
Nah. Tamil real talk.
Real
Tamil
talk.
streets.
Tamil street. Only problem is we keep
using... wait. Whoa! Did we just find a new name? Tamil street.
Tamil street. Tamil street.
Tamil street, man.
We are kind of street. But only problem is, man, we're not talking in Tamil, bro. We're like, it's English, isn't it? I have a... அப்படியே திருப்பி போட்டா தமிழும் கலப்பம்ல போடுறான் டேய் if you want Tamil hey போடுறான் டேய் இங்கிலீஷ் எல்லாம் நடுவுல வந்தது மச்சி
நடுவுல அப்பப்ப பிக்கப் பண்ணதுல
நாடு நாடா நாங்க நெத்திரக்குள்ள போய்க்கே பிரச்சனைய போத்துக்கிட்டு போடுறாக்கல்ல have you remember that joke போர்வைக்கு பதிலா நாங்க பிரச்சனைய போட்டு போக்குறாக்கல்ல
பசங்க பாசத்துல கட்டி பிடிச்சு வராங்கல்ல
டப்பு டிப்புன்னு போட்டுற போறாங்க பசங்க
பாத்து போல
But I guess imagine we did a whole podcast like that, then we can call it street talk, Tamil street talk.
Right, but that's what it is, man. Tamil street. We can't be anything.
But that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, our thing is mainly like because we went through so many cultural changes. Yeah, like massively. Yeah, and we evolved to be something else. Like our accent and our like it has a bit of UK street to it. Then it has a Tamil to it. Like I mean, it has the UK and the street slang. It doesn't even have a British accent. You know what I mean? All the words
the thing is that's what it is. Usually you get the freshies or the real ones, right? Which ones that who brought up here? You get both world in here in this one. You know what I mean?
A little bit of freshie, a little bit of.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm proud of the freshness right now,
bro. You know what? I'm glad you took it there because I want to talk about it, man. Like I was thinking about all these insecurities I grew up when I was
now I'm embracing
bro. I was so ashamed of some words has an accent. Oh my god, people are gonna laugh. You know what, I feel like everyone has a little bit of freshie in them and we gotta embrace that.
Bruh, if we ain't got no freshie, are you even real brown?
I mean, gotta question that.
You know what I mean? If you don't have the freshness, man, are you even real brown?
Yeah,
you know
but
I mean, yeah, I understand the coconut part, you know what I mean, where you brown outside, white inside. But hey, man,
bro, listen, when I was in my early 20s, man, especially down here in Canada, UK, Europe, within the Tamil community, freshie was a word you run from. You don't want to come across like a freshie. Like that was like this like if they call you fresh,
it's a anti-magnet for chicks, right?
Right, it's over. If a chick labels you freshie, man, it's over. But I'm thinking now,
right, it's over for generation, man.
You know what I mean, man, it's over, man. You know, man, your insecurities kick in, like, oh my god. But listen, now I'm thinking, what kind of self-hate was that, isn't it? It was deep. Because if you think about it, every kid's parent was kind of a freshie.
And guess what? And we always try to be something something we weren't. You know
We
what I mean?
exactly, we are
We
not.
trying to put on that accent. We trying to put on that, you know what I mean? The high end behavior. You know what I mean,
Bruh,
bro?
like and
And then you realize at some point in your life, damn, this is what I am actually.
bro, like saram, if someone in your house wears saram, that is something, I mean, it's part of who that culture is. We can't be making. I remember when I was in college, bro, these I think, who was it? It was not Afghan, Kurdistan, the Afghan guys, my friends anyway, they will make fun of saram. It looks like a curtain. You took a curtain and you put it around. It's like saram. They used to like banter
I'm
me heavy.
emptying clip on everyone that I'm making fun of them, man. I'm emptying clip on everyone
Yeah.
making fun of them. Bro,
But
but the thing is, right? You know what? Another aspect is about eating with your hand.
oh,
Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to eat with my hand
in the office.
in the office or in a really public place.
Hmm.
But then, even I was ashamed of eating with the hand at home, and then I realized how good that is eating with your hand, and then
Hmm.
what the science behind eating with the hand. I'm like,
Hmm.
dude, I'm eating with my hand anytime.
Yeah,
I'm
but
eating
that's
with
what
my
that's
hand
another thing as well, man. Like, even forget the goodness. Like, what is it that we think it's wrong about it? Why
right,
is,
exactly.
bro? This is the exact reason.
I kind of get it. Is in some perspective, in some people's perspective, it's disgusting because you're putting your hand on something, right?
Nah, see, I don't
Because
think so.
because that's
Listen,
what it is. Because we've been told it's disgusting.
it's
We've been
disgusting.
told it's
Bro,
disgusting.
I bet this is what the British said when they rolled up to Asia. Like, these guys are not civilized because these
Civilized.
guys are not using fork and knife. But then here we eat a hamburger with a hand, a French fry with our hands. We do bad. We would pet our dogs and cats and eat it without washing it. Like, a lot of things here. I mean, it's not even fair. It's not even fair.
But then if you go beyond like what is actually how good is actually using your finger, is it man, is the whole nother episode for this we can do eating with hand.
Mm.
Uh, when you have the enlightenment, when you have that knowledge, wow, this is what's behind it,
Mm.
bro. Everything else doesn't make sense, right? I
Yeah,
mean, everything else is like
this is.
someone was trying to sell us all these utensils,
Bro,
right?
listen, 100% utensils and they didn't even try to. That's the problem. Even we have to this day, they didn't just try to sell us the utensils. They said the other way was disgusting. See, that's where the problem
Exactly,
starts.
exactly. That's
That's
how you kill a culture, man. That's
yeah.
how you kill a culture.
That's bro.
That's
That's
how you kill a tradition. But if you don't eat with the hand, are you even brown though?
I mean, it's cool though. You can do it, man. If you're grown up here, I get it. It's fine as long
Right.
as.
Even if you've grown up here, man, if you got this pigment in your hand, you gotta eat with hand.
Okay, depends what you're eating, like soru and mutton curry.
Right. Best the ideal is if fish soul and different curry, you have to eat with hands.
I mean, I'm with you,
I
man.
mean, I've seen motherfuckers eating pizza with fork and knife. That those people are psychos. They gotta get shot.
I
Bro,
know.
don't. Have you seen anyone eating? Bro, the worst thing is, have you seen someone eating chicken wings with fork and knife?
No, I bet they do that in a restaurant all the time, innit?
Somebody need to clip them up, man.
And, but then you don't know where their hands been. Only they know where their hands been.
Hey,
Listen,
I
man.
mean,
Hey, listen. If this dude wants to not use his hands, let him do what he got to do.
actually, you know what? That makes sense. But yeah, man. If you're brown and if you don't know how to eat with your hands, talk to your mommy, talk to your daddy. You know
Talk
what
to
I
your
mean?
daddy. Just experiment a bit. It's not bad. It's not uncivilized. It's not disgusting. It's more of a connection than anything. It's a
Right,
connection, isn't it?
right. Just but then you know what, man? This is what it is. It's most of us, or most of the time, most of the time, we are not embracing our culture. We are not showing. We are not proud of who we are.
Yeah, but how we started this conversation, man. Like, that's not just about remembering to focus our culture. It's also about other things. Like,
Yeah,
I remember when I in my early 20s, like I had a lot of conditioning. German conditioning, a bit of Indian conditioning, Sri Lankan conditioning, and British conditioning. So like we have these negative values in our culture, right? You go
Yeah.
do that, do this. Then I started thinking, what were the other negative values in this culture? Like the pressure was put on me. Like it's stuff like I need to lose my virginity before I'm 19, let's say.
Yeah, obviously that didn't happen.
Hey man, still trying. that, but think about that.
I've been trying in 21.
Yeah, me man, still.
You know what? Yeah, bro.
Bro, I remember that was the one programming which was driving me mad. That's all I was trying to do in my early 20s and teens. As a teenager,
Hey man, I know you scared of your mom watching this. Don't lie to me.
my mom don't watch this, bro. My mom don't watch it. Man,
You know what? All
but
jokes aside, bro, I think that point you just brought up is the biggest issue right now in the community, man. I'm talking the numbers being pushed to like 12 to 13 now.
Bro, the pressure is stupid.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how the same way they made fun of us for those things, this is also another in the Western culture, people make fun of you. You know what I mean?
And guess what? There are so many young dudes going to prostitutes to lose it so they can say, hey, I ain't virgin anymore.
Bro, listen, man. You know the things we had to do as teenagers, and I think that it drives you crazy, man. It's not a big deal, but your whole life is surrounded by that. I was thinking, imagine that programming was not there. What else would I been doing back then? Like I was not in a rush. I was in a rush.
Anything, bro.
The minute I turned 16, man, I was in the rush. This gotta happen ASAP. You know what I mean?
Bruh, trust me, man. And then you know what? I remember the time where you were virgin as that was a proudful thing, and how that thing changed. When you say I'm virgin,
hey, hold on, let me hold it. You don't say that you're a virgin ever. What are you talking?
You know what I mean? But there was a time if you were virgin, girls. I'm talking back in time where girls were proud of you.
Yeah.
And obviously, when girls were virgin, man used to take them as a holy pure stuff.
Yeah.
But now you say virgin, though everyone curving you, man.
And anyone listening, we're not talking about it's wrong for you to lose your virginity. You can do whatever you want. We're talking about the social conditioning.
How is the social condition to say, oh, you got to lose it at this point. You got to lose it at 13. You got to lose it at 14. Man.
Bro, when I realized it was a trap, like after I lost it.
That wasn't right.
No, bro. I thought after I lost it, I ticked it off and we good at it in the streets. Then it's like, you ain't fucking. That's when I realized you gotta do this for the rest of your life.
Oh man, you know what? That's the thing, man. That's the thing. But that's what it is. There is nothing. It's just tick. It's just a tick.
It's just a tick, bro.
And you know what, man? There's so many guys or women doing it for that purpose.
Bro, imagine you're in school, all your friends are like, asking you, hey man, you're not done yet, you ain't done yet. Like, it must be so embarrassing, and that's one of the social pressures we have in this country. I didn't have that in India, bro. Everyone virgin.
Land of virgin, man. This is land of virgin.
Bro, I remember in India, right? We all virgin. If the rumors come, this guy ain't, and he's the odd one out. And here, you're the odd one out.
That's what it is, man. And you know what, man? It's just similar to body part size nowadays. Women going through that massively now. Your titties go look this, your ass has to look this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then all these men now going through. You have to have bro. This is actually a good topic. All these men has going through. You need to have a 6-pack. You need to have pecs. I mean, it's nothing wrong with having pecs, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, see, that's the problem. It's nothing wrong with having pecs, but it's not. You have to have pecs.
Have to have pecs, and then also you need to have 12-inch. You know what I mean? All these things.
Hey,
and guess what? It's all coming from someone pushing something, the porn industry pushing, sex sales businesses pushing,
I mean,
and
penis enlargement pills probably pushing.
who's pushing, and that's what it is, man. And guess what? People losing happiness over it. People
And
losing happiness over it, man.
it comes down back to like we know we're looking at ourselves as unworthy, right?
Unworthy.
We are not enough. We are not
Right.
enough.
We're
Like
not enough. And guess what, man? Uh, at the end, at the end, if you really dig deep, nothing matters, man.
it's
When
all
you connect
bullshit.
with that person, you want to make love in a different level, next level, where the level is nothing about material, nothing about. I know it's not gonna come on your when you're trying to lose your virginity, but I'm talking about late in your life when you connect, nothing matters.
But it's
Nothing.
all, man. I can oh man, it's like especially your early 20s and late teens. Late
Yeah,
teens and early teens. You it's like the horses have these blinders. It's like
yeah,
this is the only thing you can see, and you think this is the world, right? Like this is
yeah.
you have to go just do this, do this, do this. But then later you find out, wow, there's another different levels, like you say.
Different level,
It's like,
man.
man, can you imagine when we were 19, we wouldn't have, we don't know there were other levels.
Bro, trust me.
That was
Yeah.
only one level. But yeah, man, it is a crazy topic. Like this is what I came up with that because I was started thinking what other conditioning we were brought up here in. And another, I think another conditioning is about also being successful, I guess. So that's another one as
Well,
well, which
see, this is the problem with me, right? There's like bitches expecting, oh, you need to have car, you need to have house, you need to have six packs, you need to have 12 inch, you need to have chest packs, and then they look like a fucking mop. Fucking mop stick.
oh
Like, they
man,
look
yeah.
like fucking mop stick. And, like, who even give you that permission to even put all these in the list?
Where is your MOT receipt?
Yeah, I mean, let me talk to your daddy. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man.
bro, this is what, bro. There are even guys, freshies guys I know complaining. The woman they're trying to get from Sri Lanka, they got pre-rec. They got pre-rec.
They
They
got a
got
big
pre-rec
checklist, man.
checklist, bro. I mean, what the hell? I mean, you need to have that much in your bank. You need to drive this.
Yeah.
You need to have a house.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
It's a lot, man. Those lists are heavy. But you'll be surprised. Most of the lists in maybe in Tamil company come from their parents, bro. Like the
Bro,
parents.
and guess what? And she coming on, she getting off the plane. She looking like, she looking like Patrick or something.
Patrick.
You know what I mean?
The bitch look like
No.
Patrick, man.
Bro, this is come on, man. I remember this is recently happened. This has happened recently, and this guy, this dude lied.
Yeah.
He told her that he's a Michelin chef, Michelin star chef in Harrow or something.
Hey man,
And
I bet he was.
set up,
Was he working
and
in the
guess what?
chicken
He was
shop?
living in a room, and he was actually working in a restaurant,
Oh,
right? And guess what? She fell for it. Obviously, man went with some cash, splash it out. Man went with that, with that little setup.
Bro, don't be surprised if that happens. If your list is this is the thing. If your list is checklist is so long, don't be surprised when dudes come with fake checklists out here, bro.
He got her. He got her.
her.
And guess what? She came. She was salty, man. She was salty. And then I think they were almost about to divorce and say. And then she realized, all right, you know what? This is reality. You know what? This is my level. So I might as well shut.
Bro, that's something I'm never able to understand. The kind of ruthlessness people have to marriage like that. Like, bro, what kind of ruthless mindset you gotta have? Be like, you know what? All right, this is the next stage of my life. If I have this, I'm set. I'm set for what 40 years with this dude. I'm set for 40 yo. So yo. Make sure that yeah, be good out here. Bro,
with that mentality, you can't grow, man.
Man, listen, bro.
You are being selfish. You are being selfish. You don't come in to grow together. You come in. Oh, is that spot safe for me?
Nah, bro, not even that. They're willing to sacrifice the other layers, which is imagine that guy is a woman beater. Imagine that guy is an abuser, alcoholic, and shit like that. You are willing to accept all that if the other five ticks your boxes, bro. How ruthless is that?
Let me come to a sensitive spot. Hey, this is where we're gonna talk about something. See, this is why I don't know if you hear a couple of stories coming out where these women were stabbing his kids, a man stabbing. It's because guess what, man? When they come along, when they settle, it's all good for the couple of 5 years until that sex drive, until that sex affection runs out,
Mm,
and then you meet the real person,
mm,
and then you discover a whole different animal, right?
mm.
And this is where you're not happy in your life.
After that,
Guess
the
what?
house, the car, they look small right now.
They look
Small
small.
right now, like
They look like a dot in the fucking map. You
exactly.
know what I
They're
mean?
they're not gonna fix those problems, man. They're not.
No. And guess what? This is why you end up in depression. You end up in unsatisfied life, and you end up fucking your kid's life, and you end up fucking your life. And then all of a sudden, you see people murdering each other. You know what I mean? People
Yeah,
killing
man.
each
Those
other.
are extreme cases, man. Those are extreme cases, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. There needs to be a shift there. No? There needs to be a shift there.
Bro, in my opinion, man, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, right? But in my opinion, yeah, the arranged marriage thing worked back then because it was a close community.
Mm.
Everyone knew everyone. Everyone knew everyone. You even like it's happened within that community. It's perfect. You get to know each other. But in this really like ruthless world,
Especially in the
arranged
Western world, innit?
Western world, arranged marriage is a deadly combination. Arranged
Definitely.
marriage is
Mm.
a deadly combination.
I see your point, man. I see your point, especially because there's a heavy culture shift. There's a heavy culture shift. And one of the main topics in this culture shift is money. Money plays a
And money, and then you know what? The man you coming over here, you thinking man's been, virgin and shit like that. Let me, he been running trains. He been running trains. He been running trains.
I
And guess what? All of a sudden, you coming around like a Patrick.
Patrick, man. Yeah, I think they know about the
Yeah,
running.
I don't know why I'm hating Patrick, man. I actually love that guy.
but yeah, man. If I think
Bro, that's a really good point. The cultural shift, they don't understand.
yeah,
They don't
and
understand.
the reason I said money is because the husband can go away for 12 hours in a day. 12-hour shift, and this guy, if he is doing 12-hour shift, sometimes 6 days or sometimes 7 days a week, bro, you're gonna meet a different dude. You gotta
Different dude,
you
trust
gotta
me.
that dude is gonna have different kind of demands, man. You might be here for the husband experience, but you might be he might be not even capable because of those 12. What's I don't know, man. What are the maximum hours shift these dudes do out here, man? 12, innit?
Some guys pulling like 15-hour shift,
15
man.
hours, and it's not even you know what I mean, it's crazy shifts, bro. Crazy shift. Imagine 15 hours, and most of them 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 days a week, and you're gonna have different kind of relationship, man. So that
Bro, even all right, all right. I'm, I want to be fair, right? I think we just talking about guys who work, let's say an off license, or guys who works in like a minimum job
minimum wage
wage.
jobs, yeah.
Even if a guy work in an office job, he upgraded himself and he does arranged marriage. You coming over from that different culture, right? And this guy's probably running train, and all the
I think
women he knows.
they know that part, and they're cool with that. They're cool with that part.
Man, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Some
Mm.
woman comes thinking they're gonna meet ramen. You know what I mean?
Hey,
All of a
man,
sudden they turn out.
Angalil Raman illai. What's the other line? I don't know, but yeah.
ஆண்களில் ராமனும் இல்லை பெண்களில் சீதையும் இல்லை. You know what I mean?
இல்ல பெண்களுக்கு தான் கண்ணையே தவிர something whatever, but yeah,
Hey, isn't that from the song from Prabhu?
yeah, Uvasi. But yeah, bro, that song, they hit that nail in the head straight. There is no ramen I am.
There's a couple of lines like அறுபது வயதில்லாடாமல் no 20 வயதில்லாடாமல்
அறுபதில் ஆகி என்ன பலன்.
Bro, that's true though. That's true though.
Yeah, it is true, man. It is true.
I mean, I don't mind partying at 60. but it's
Well,
not the same
that's why,
feeling.
ma'am, the conversation we started off how we were running crazy in our late teens, early teens. That's the part I don't regret it as well, because I think it's something you just do when you're young, innit? You just run
Yeah,
wild.
yeah. Man, wait, let's regroup, man. This is what we're talking
We
about.
were
This is
talking
such a
about
this is
this.
a massive
Yeah, we were talking
uh,
about, let's say, even middle class dudes who get arranged marriage, or
yeah, and what it is, it's a cultural shift as well. But you got to understand this another issue is there are so many insecure men. Is okay with having that. They bring a woman from India or Sri Lanka, have an arranged marriage, bring a woman, and they want to keep them in a little box,
Hmm.
right? Those guys are usually fine with that cultural shift, fine with that thing, and they won't. This is I'm just talking from my personal experience, right? As in not because I'm doing it, because I know people doing it, and they want to keep that woman as for certain tasks, as a
Cooking,
wife,
cleaning,
huh?
cooking, cleaning.
Cleaning, make babies. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
part of the deal. That's part of the deal,
yeah.
and they are fine with that. They are fine with that, and but then still, after a while, the true thing's gonna come out, man.
Yeah, that's a good topic, man, because it's not even a good topic, a good insight,
Yeah,
because we were just earlier were talking about, okay, the women coming with expectation, looking like Patrick, having this checklist. But then there's an underlying thing in our culture, or I think all men have this, but we can only talk from our point of view, the insecurities as men we carry. Like I talked about earlier, like when my teens, I had insecurities because of the freshie word. I mean, I had insecurities about losing my virginity so fast. Imagine those insecurities didn't get filled up. Imagine I carried that into my 30s. I'll be a
yeah,
different person.
yeah.
So imagine.
And and you know what? You're gonna reflect that on that woman you're taking it from the other country, and you're gonna keep. I bro, and there are so many women going through that, and you know what? The point is, bro, until you get what's going on with that person, you kind of understand that person is a lethal weapon. Just going in, sign a contract, jumping in a lifeboat. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna take this ride. I'm gonna take this joyride. Thinking that's because you know what? You have no idea, bro. You can fake a relationship for years,
Decades.
decades.
Yeah, this is one thing I always believed in, man, and always say this to people as well. I think in our culture, there's a lot of guys getting married for the sake of getting married because of society's conditioning. And
Conditioning.
there's a lot of guys who should be bachelors. I think they will be happy as bachelors, and everyone
Mm.
around would be a bachelor, but they can't be bachelors. It's the virgin problem again. Just
Bruh,
like you got to lose your virginity here, for this culture, you got to get married at a certain age, and you got to, no matter if you have any qualities, no matter if you will make a good husband, no matter if you even want that deep down in your heart, it gets
yeah.
pushed on you.
I want to say one thing, man. Kalyanam under the man is not a status. It's not a status you should try to achieve. It's not an
It's
achievement.
not
It
a
should come.
degree.
It's not a degree. It's not a life goal, right? It's not something. It should come to you. It should come to you.
And I think you should have that. I think even if you want to have that, that's a good sign. Oh man,
It's a good sign.
you're
Yeah,
looking forward to get married.
yeah,
You want that family dynamic.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But don't rush it and don't go for something is not truly you. It's not.
100%, 100%, man. And that's another thing. Like the virgin in the Western, down there, that's one of the what can we call this, a misinformation value. It's a wrong value which is carried on from generation to generation.
And you know what? As this is purely my personal experience, purely my personal opinions. This is what I want to say, and I don't want to offend anyone. Do you know what disgusts me about arranged marriage? Thinking a woman coming from somewhere purely, purely know about. Yeah, she knows about you, not really you. She knows you, right? But purely she coming over for better life, not because of you. better life. Yeah, obviously she's gonna start love after a month. Maybe it might work out.
I think
Maybe.
these days what happens is they start talking, they start talking for months from there to here. They don't meet actually. Most of them they don't meet until they're here.
Bro, even like a couple of months ago, my mate married, man. He didn't meet. He didn't meet, bro.
Mm.
What talking mean? Yeah.
I think I think they have a different relationship to what you and me might look for, man. I think their relationship it's a transaction slash journey. You know what we're gonna
Transaction.
is
Transaction.
it's a transaction
You
slash
really
journey.
want a transaction in your life? You really want a goddamn transaction?
I don't, but I can't hate the guys who are cool with that and accept that. I think if both parties know and accept that, why not? Yeah, I know it doesn't sound morally right, but if that's
Hey,
what
all I'm saying, எல்லாம் அண்ணாமா இருக்கும், தம்பிமா இருக்கும். நான் சொல்றது என்னடா, அண்ணன் இந்த அரேஞ்ச் மேரேஜை விட்டுட்டு கோயிலுக்கு போய் சரக்கு பாருங்க,
Tinderக்கு போங்க.
பாருங்க, கனவு சொல்லுங்க, கதைங்க, trying to find out what's going on, see what's popping, but don't do arranged marriage, man. Don't do arranged marriage. That's what I'm saying. There are plenty of fish in the sea everywhere, right? Trying to find out who you're connecting, and I'm pretty sure God has provided, right? Everyone a pair, everyone a matching one.
What if
right?
that one pair is coming through arranged marriage for someone? I think that happens a lot too, though. If if I flip it, man, I can talk about there's some beauties in that too. There's but just like there's ugliness in both sides, like I can see.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. Like I think it comes down to individuals. It comes down to individuals. If two people with an open mind can go there and make a flower blossom, I think it's possible too.
It's possible, but what we will initially start talking is a lethal weapon in this day and age.
I think that especially with the Western culture influence into it, because
as I said, I had no problem back in the day because it was a knit community back in the days back home, right? Knit community, everyone knew everyone, right? Everyone had a common goals, everyone had a transparency, right? Here, it's like you're going in a black box, bro.
And another thing is like, especially in arranged marriages and known, man, people need to go in there expecting to be happy. Like, happiness should be goal number one. Like, not the other stuff. Like, I think if people forget that bit, man, where's happiness on the list when people say it, man? They have so many checklists. Why happiness is never there? They add.
That's crazy, though, isn't it? That's crazy.
But they add other stuff there.
That's never.
Bro, if the arranged marriage starts from that point, I bet the success rate will be higher. I think it's better. Anyway.
Just like matching, innit?
Just matching. But instead of saying, okay, does he have card, continuous revenue, all that, but
you got London la irukkraro, illati ivar Switzerland la irukkraro. Hey, they don't want no one from Italy. They want from London, Switzerland, Germany,
Italy don't sound sexy enough, man.
You know what I mean?
Man,
pretty sure they don't mind some Italian dudes.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's interesting, man. It's interesting, man. I think we're ready to wrap this up.
Oh wow, man! That's
Curious idiots, guys. Thanks for listening. Stay curious.
Everything curious. We don't know anything. Just
man, we're discussing, man.
Coming out from our heart. That's all it is.
Just
take it.
Well, tell us how you feel.
Make sure you comment, subscribe, tag someone who needs to know. Tag some of your freshy guys who need to know about these things.
And yeah, man, that's that, man. Thank you, man. See you next week. Peace out.